ọ̀rẹ́ wa ohun àkàrà má bá wọn fi wé ti léèsì ìkànnì ìtajẹ́ ń wò ń sẹ̀ yìí Agripreneur Inside TV ni ìkànnì tó ń kọ́ni nípa bí a ti ètò ọ̀gbìn ìgbàlódé ètò ọ̀gbìn ẹja àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ Fàdámà Junction Ajégúnlẹ̀ off Ẹgbẹ̀jìlá road nílùú Ìlọrin nípínlẹ̀ Kwara ibẹ̀ la wà.
Ọlọ́ládé mi Àṣàkẹ́.
Kalakuta no be place for school boy. I get niggas who don't go there before. Toba wa want my jump back up. I'm a lock no the phone bossy. You be boss, I be boss who go come be condo. Once I go on in Molako, she gon' bow. Listen, see, I know they like to they talk. Wise men know they like to they talk. Show bow. Secure. I did it.
Good afternoon, farmers. You are welcome to Agripreneur Inside TV.
Now you gon' cause you trouble. Secure. I look to see ya for I'm a pet and hotel. I look to see ya for.
You must have been expecting Mrs. Money, you know now how we do every Monday. Baby, trouble. To give you this particular hot afternoon or what is actually happening in the field of agriculture. You know now as we do every Monday, this particular segment is tagged Agripreneur Technical Section. What we do on Agripreneur Technical Section is we try to educate our farmer about the best management practices. And today we shall be letting our farmers know some of those select points that need to be discussed in the agricultural sector.
London.
But then I'm faded, but I rock it like a baby in a car.
I am your host, Alhaji Bashir Abdulrazak Owolabi, aka Akwabeshi. You know how we do them now every Monday. The program is tagged Agripreneur Technical Section. What we normally do on Agripreneur Technical Section is to actually advise our farmers about the best management practices. Either you are involved in the livestock production, just like we know some of the livestock farmers like the fish, like the piggery, like the snakery, like the poultry, we tend to actually neglect a particular aspect which we call FCR, the feed conversion ratio. We shall be discussing what we know about FCR today and some other components about best management practices.
Shaping like a ball, we go ball. Flex to the door. I go set to the front. Load it on. And when I enter the club, no day my front. Cause me, I get the gun. No, they do me.
Tune into your lovely station, Agripreneur Inside TV. Agripreneur Inside TV is an online media platform that creates advocacy and awareness about food security in Nigeria. You know where we are now? We are at North Central here in Ilorin, Kwara State. And you can also do business with us. Just like I keep saying, bring your products here. Let us add value to your product. What are you into? Are you into fish feed? Are you into poultry? Are you into middlemen? What kind of activities are you into in this particular field called agriculture? And today, just like I said, Agripreneur Technical Section. The technical aspects of this our course called agriculture. Some of our farmers keep complaining, I'm not making profit, the feed is not good, I'm not getting the right seed. How do we actually come out of this shell? Which I shall be educating you as time goes on.
Oh, I'm a fashion killer, yeah. I got much to deliver, yeah. When I pass you shiver, yeah. Emma Ascotica, yeah. I'm a fashion killer, yeah. I got much to deliver, yeah. When I pass you shiver, Emma Ascotica.
Yeah, just like I said earlier earlier on, best management practices. What do we call best management practices? These are activities that is happening on our farm, especially the livestock farmer. Some of us that we are into the fish production, the poultry production, the snary production, the piggery production, all other aspects of livestock. What do we actually call best management practices? These activities that's actually happening on our farm on a daily basis. Let's start from this particular angle: daily feed consumption. You know, some of us that we deal with fish or poultry, there's what we call daily feed consumption. What are those quantity of feed that need to be fed to your fish or to your bird on a daily basis? As a farmer, based on experience or based on estimated value or a kind of feeding chart, you can actually know some of these parameters that we call daily feed consumption. How will you know that? Just keep on to Agripreneur Inside TV. I'm going to be telling you some of these rudiments as time goes on.
Picture strongly out on my head. I see the diamonds wet everywhere.
Anywhere I enter, one very. Say for Germany, New York City, she one very. Ashake, one very.
I know you see me drenched in
I'ma cast them down the call. Secure.
Just like I said on daily feed conversion, daily feed consumption. As a fish farmer, how will you know the daily feed consumption? There's what we call percentage feeding on percentage body weight or feeding to satiation. I'm taking a fish farmer as a case study now. Remember, we are talking generally as a farmer, either what's it called, a poultry farmer or fish farmer, snary farmer. But this particular section is actually focused on the fish farmer and the poultry farmer. Now, the daily feed consumption ratio, you should be able to know what quantity of feed will you give to your birds or to your fish. Now, in fish terminology, we call what we call feeding based on percentage body weight, or you feed based on satiation. Feeding based on satiation is what is actually common in our community. How do we actually do that? You see a particular farmer feeding your fish until when the fish are satisfied. By the time, let's say now, you first of all introduce the feed into the pond, you see the fish coming aggressively to come and eat. You see them splashing water. Then after a while, after 7 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you see them reduction. You see them coming down, which shows that they are already getting to satiation. So in that particular process or the procedure, we call it feeding based on satiation.
Infinite horizon. Think of it, a brown shirt and blue ribbon. Diamonds are waking every time I need it. Babushka on everything, my religion.
My baby alone. Secure.
Now, feeding based on percentage body weight, it is when you feed. It is when you know the quantity of your bird or your fish in a particular pond. It is when you know the average body weight, and it's when you know the percentage body weight. Some of these things is being done based on calculation. Let's say, as a case study, I have 1,000 fish in a pond. For 1,000 fish, and every day I want to feed based on percentage body weight. I need to know the weight, that means average weight of my fingernails or my juvenile. Let's assume the average weight of my juvenile is 10 grams on assumption. Now I have the quantity of fish in a pond, which is 1,000. Then the percentage body weight will now be 6%, which will now be 10 times 10,000 times 0.06. Do that calculation and get back to me.
Oh, I'm a fashion killer. I got much to deliver. When I pass you, shiver. Yeah, and my ass got the guy. Yeah, I'm a fashion killer. Yeah, I got much to deliver. Yeah, when I pass you, shiver. And my ass got the guy. Oh, I'm a fashion killer. Yeah, I got.
Now that is 600 kg. Just like I said, remember I said 10 grams, which is our average body weight. Then the number of fish in a pond is 1,000 fish. Then the percentage body weight at 10 grams is 6%. Remember, as the fish grow bigger, your percentage body weight will definitely reduce. So multiply 10 times 10,000, 10 times 1,000 times is 0.06. That is 600 grams. In that case, your fish will be consuming 600 grams per day. So in that case, how will you do that? Are you feeding them 3 days per day? 3 times per day, or you are feeding them 2 times per day? You can divide 600 divided by 3, which shows that almost every day, 600 divided by 3 will give you 200 grams on a daily basis. Then if you are doing 3 times per day, 600 divided by 3 will give you 200. Then if you are doing 2 times per day, that will now be 300 grams. Hope you got that explanation.
Much deliver, yeah. When I pass you shiver, yeah. Emma ascotica, yeah. I'm a fashion killer, yeah. I got much deliver, yeah. When I pass you shiver.
Master T, the Agripreneur.
Now, what is the implication of underfeeding and overfeeding in a particular pond? Just like I said, you should be able to monitor your feeding regime. Just like we have calculated that I have 1,000 fish in a pond, then I have the average body weight is 10 grams. Percentage body weight of that particular fish is 6%, which on that note, I was able to estimate 600 grams for my daily feed consumption. Then I can now divide it by 3. That is 200 grams in the morning, 200 grams in the afternoon, 200 grams in the night. Then if I'm feeding them 2 times in a day, it's going to be 300 grams in the morning, 300 grams in the afternoon. What is the implication of overfeeding and underfeeding? That by the time you overfeed, one, your water quality parameter will be polluted. That means your pond will start having some high level of dissolved oxygen. It shows that you are only wasting the feed. Which shows that some of those fish are not the one consuming the feed. You are just wasting money. At the end of the day, your feed conversion ratio will be poor. The secondly, you tend to spend more on water exchange. That means you change water almost every hour. Then in that case, you need to actually know that, am I also underfeeding or am I overfeeding? The underfeeding aspect is that your fish will not actually grow. This particular techniques will actually tell you to know that, am I doing the right thing? Is the best management practices being practicing on my fish or on my Remember, the program is still Agripreneur technical section. What technical section does is to actually educate our farmer about the best management practices. And today we are talking about the daily feed conversion. The daily feed consumption. What particular quantity will you be giving to your fish on a daily basis? And we pick a case study, which is 1,000 fish in a particular pond. Then the average body weight is 10 grams. Then the percentage body weight is also 6%. Simple calculation based on percentage body weight, 10, which is your 10 grams times 1,000 fish or fishes, then times 0.06 is going to give you 600 grams per day. And I'll say this particular 600 grams per day, you can divide it into divided by 2 or 3, which shows that am I feeding them twice daily or 3 times daily? I hope you got that now.
But remember, there's only one race, and that's the human race, okay?
Remember, the program is still Agripreneur technical section on your lovely station, Agripreneur Inside TV. You know how we do them now. We always give you back to back. We always educate you on this particular platform. Bring your market, come here now. We'll do business together now. We can do jingle for you now. We can do live stream for you now. We can do adverts for you now. We can even do collabo for you now. Wetin you dey say, you as a farmer, make you bring am here. Now all of us dey here together. The platform now wetin we call am Agripreneur Inside TV, and the program is Agripreneur Technical Section. What technical section does is to actually educate our farmer about the best management practices. And the topic for today is daily feed consumption ratio. That means you don't need to start spending money or wasting money on feed wastage.
See, from the beginning of creation, there's been a lot of tribulation. Understand where I'm coming from, and you will see that this world that we living is one big mighty prison. We're all on death row. We're just passing like a journey to wherever we go. Why don't we make that place heaven, and that heaven is this very, very place that we are living in? So,
this platform we try as much as possible to actually educate our farmers about the best management practices. Just like I keep saying, we are open for business. Agripreneur Inside TV is actually there for you to engage you, to discuss about the trendy issue. And today we are focusing on Agripreneur Technical section, which our topic for today is best management practices. Under this particular subtopic is daily feed consumption for some of our fish farmers and even the poultry farmer. Don't let us start wasting feed. Some of those feed are good. It is your management, it is your practices that is faulty. Start looking for a way of cost reduction. Look at it. At the end of the day, you don't really have control over the price of your produce. You cannot actually determine that, okay, this particular fish, or this particular bird, so this particular egg, or this is the particular amount I'm going to sell, because the market does not actually favor at times. The only thing you need to do is to work on cost reduction. And one of the way of working on cost reduction is what we call is what we call best management practices. Work on some of your best management practices. Look into your feed practices. Look into your water quality parameter. Look into your accurate record keeping. Are you doing the right record? Will they come there? Let's go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
ọ̀rẹ́ wa ohun àkàrà báwọn fi wé ti léèsì ìkànnì ìdájẹ́ ń wò ń sẹ̀ yìí Agripreneur Inside TV ni ìkànnì tó ń kọ́ni nípa bí a ti mọ̀ nípa ètò ọ̀gbìn ìgbàlódé, ètò ọ̀gbìn ẹja àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Fàdámà Junction Ajégúnlẹ̀ off Ẹgbẹ̀jìlá road nílùú Ìlọrin nípínlẹ̀ Kwara, ibẹ̀ la wà.
Òun lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹn fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa. Fàdámà Junction ní Ajégúnlẹ̀ ní Ẹgbẹ̀jìlá road nílùú Ìlọrin nípínlẹ̀ Kwara, òun la wà. Ibẹ̀ la ti ń dá bí ẹdún, ta ti ń ṣe ràbàràbà bí kíni ó ti yé yín. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹgbẹ́ ajé yín, ẹ̀yin náà ẹgbọ́jà yín wá, ọmọ alájẹ ni wá, ẹ̀ta ló máa kọ́kọ́ tà kọmọ kìíní kan tó tà, ó ti yé yín. Àní ẹgbẹ́ nǹkan tẹ̀ ń tà wá sẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ẹnu ajé, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi lu ti yín náà. Agripreneur Inside TV lápẹ́ ìkànnì yìí. Ètò tá dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ lọ́wọ́ ni best management practices. Táwa mú ní ìsọ̀rí ń pé yìí tá máa mú lè ní daily feed consumption. Báwo ni a ṣe ń fún àwọn nǹkan ọ̀sìn wa? Èmi ni ẹja ni, èmi ni eworo ni, èmi ni ìgbín ni, èmi ni ẹdìyẹ ni. Báwo ni a ṣe ní máa waste oúnjẹ wọn? La pè ní best management practices. A lè ti ṣàlàyé ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì pé ọ̀nà méjì ló pín sí. A lè bọ́ wọn yóò tá à ń pè ní feeding to satiation. Tẹ́lẹ̀ tá a bá ṣe kọ́kọ́ da oúnjẹ yẹn sí iwájú wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹja bá ṣe mọ̀, omi yẹn á ṣe pàlàpàlàpàlà. Wọ́n á kọ́kọ́ wọ́n wá jẹ oúnjẹ yẹn tó bá ti tó bí ìṣẹ́jú méjì àbí ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́ta tàbí gbàmí ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́rin sí márùn-ún. Ẹ máa rí wọn tẹ́ pé wọ́n ní máa da bàlàbàlà mọ́. Ó túmọ̀ sí pé wọ́n ti ń yó nìyẹn. Ìyẹn là ń pè ní feeding to satiation. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì tá tún mẹ́nu pẹ̀kẹ́lù, òun náà ni feeding based on percentage body weight. Ó ní bí àwọn olóyìnbó tó ti pè kíní kan ní feeding chart. Feeding chart yẹn dàbí ìwé tó ti ṣe kalẹ̀ tó yẹ pé òun la máa fi mọ̀ pé kí ni weight ẹja yìí àbí kí ni weight adìyẹ yìí, kí ni consumption nǹkan tó yẹ kó jẹ, kí ni dédé oúnjẹ tó yẹ kó jẹ. A dẹ̀ ti yọ̀nà náà ẹ̀, a ti ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe sọ. Agripreneur Inside TV òun náà ni ìkànnì yìí. A dẹ̀ pé ètò yìí ní Agripreneur Technical Section. Technical Section a máa mú òye wá ní gbogbo ìgbà. Àwọn ọ̀nà wo ni a lè fi jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ wa yìí tó máa fi gbèrò sí? Òun náà la ṣe mú kíní wa gẹ́gẹ́ bá ṣe sọ, bá ṣe máa mú wá lọ́jọ́ kan òjò kan, òun ni eléyìí. Orúkọ mi ò yí padà, Alhaji Bashir Abdulrazak Owólabí tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ ní Akwabeshi. Ẹ tún pàdé mi lọ́jọ́ mi lọ́jọ́ rẹ̀ ó dàbọ̀.
Thinking about the years gone by. I'm thinking about the things I've done.